Hello everyone, and for this time I'm testing the division. So quickly let's go to the settings. Now the main graphical settings are completely maxed out. For anti-aliasing solutions I tested bunch of options and these are the most clearest, which provided the best image quality, at least in my opinion. Because with some of these options the image is a little bit too blurry. I know you can increase sharpness, but honestly and personally I don't like that effect. I left depth of field enabled, but I disabled chromatic aberration and neutral lighting. And Nvidia tab, 4K resolution, I disabled reduced latency, but I used DirectX 12 for this one. I finished this game quite recently actually, and unfortunately for the gameplay I don't really have much to show because I cleared pretty much the whole map, except DLC. And honestly, I quite like the game. Even though this is your quite typical Ubisoft game where the grind is definitely there, but it's actually not too bad. It's way shorter than Assassin's Creed Odyssey and especially Valhalla. I finished Valhalla pretty much also 100% and it took me around 150 hours. And for this one I think it took me around 35 hours, which is not too bad actually. For this one I think most people use DirectX 11. But I think with DirectX 12 it's a little bit better optimized for the CPU. So if you're CPU bound, you should be using DirectX 12. Although at 12 and when I'm GPU limited, I noticed that the frame time graph is not really that great. I don't really feel those stutters, but at least the RTSS is registering them. So keep that in mind. But I tried forcing the CPU limitation by using very low, actually lowest possible resolution, and the frame time graph became very smooth again. So it has to be something with GPU optimization and DirectX 12 on this one. So because I'm going to revisit this game with faster GPU whenever I upgrade, I decided to stick with DirectX 12 on this one, even though the DirectX 11 is perfectly usable. I have to mention one thing, that during my playthrough with those 35 hours or so, I noticed that for the most part the FPS is pretty much stable, but sometimes the FPS drops like tremendously for some weird reason and I can't really explain why. So for example, you are running in one area and you look into this very specific angle and the FPS will drop to like 30 or something like that, but very briefly and at the very specific angle as I mentioned. So it probably has to do with maybe DirectX 12, I'm not sure, or maybe depth of field, maybe something has to do with that. But again, these are just my guesses and just my experience. From frame time graph or GPU busy, I noticed that in those slowdowns it's GPU bound, so it's not CPU limited. It has to do something with the GPU. So overall, pretty good game. I actually really like the environment and the city. Usually I don't really like snow levels, but in this one it fit perfectly. One thing that annoyed me quite a bit during the playthrough is super sticky cover system. Sometimes I cannot get away from my cover in case of emergency, and it can get very frustrating because for the most part you only need to be needed once and you'll die. So that can be quite frustrating, but one thing that impressed me was AI system, and it actually was quite impressive. The way they flank you, they use cover and grenades, It's very impressive for this type of game. It's not really milsim or something like that. So for this arcade type of game, it's very nice. And one of highlights of this game, I would say. I liked how in early game there was no coordination between enemies. They just ran like normal civilians, but in later levels with proper military, they actually use proper military commands and moves. And I think that's it for my commentary for this game. I'll leave you with the gameplay. As always, thank you very much for watching and see you next time. Bye bye for now.
I've seen 5 hostiles remaining. Scanning indicates 3 enemies remain.
Hey, this is our house. You deserve this, man. Just give it up. Hey, aim for the gun.
I'm seeing 1 more hostile. Looks like you've got some EMP bursts inbound.
20 seconds until next wave. Next wave in 10 seconds. Warning, EMP blasts incoming.
Looks like you got 5 hostiles remaining. Scans say you have 3 enemies left. I'm only seeing 1 more hostile.
Twenty seconds until next wave. Ten seconds until next wave of hostiles. Wave of hostiles now inbound.
It's over now.
I'm seeing 5 hostiles remaining.
Give me some help here. Taking it out. There's no chance.
Got 3 hostiles left. Okay, you got 1 hostile left. Get ready to give the objective a scan.
Hostiles inbound in 20 seconds. Next wave of hostiles in 10 seconds. You must scan the target area.
Come on, guys.
50 seconds to go to complete the critical objective.
Even time, people!
30 seconds remain for you to complete the critical objective.
You gave it your best.